I work as a voice actor. It sounds glamorous, but most days it is just me, a microphone, and a script about industrial lubricants. I rent a small sound booth in a shared studio space downtown. The booth is 4 feet by 4 feet. The walls are covered in thick gray foam. When the door closes, the outside world disappears. No traffic, no footsteps, no voices. Just the hum of the preamp and the sound of my own breathing. The booth is my sanctuary. I've spent hundreds of hours in there. I know every foam panel. I know the exact spot where the floor creaks. I know how long it takes for the air conditioner to cycle on and off. 23 minutes on, 7 minutes off. I have counted. Last night, I was recording a series of phone prompts. You know the ones. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Spanish. Simple. Monotonous. I had done this script a dozen times before. I set up my microphone. I adjusted my headphones. I opened the recording software on my laptop. The software shows a waveform, a green line that jumps when you speak. It is a visual representation of your voice. I like watching it. It makes me feel like sound is something physical, something I can touch. I started reading. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Spanish. Press 3 for billing inquiries. My voice sounded clear in the headphones. A little too clear. The booth is dead silent, so every tiny sound is amplified. The click of my tongue, the rush of air through my teeth, the soft rumble of my stomach. I hear all of it. I finished the first take and played it back. The recording was fine, clean, professional. But something was wrong. The waveform on the screen did not match my voice. It was too big, too tall, like someone else had been speaking while I was silent. I played the recording again. I listened carefully. Behind my voice, buried deep in the background noise, there was another voice. It was mine, but softer, farther away, like someone had recorded me from the other end of a long hallway. I told myself it was a technical issue, a feedback loop, a reflection off the foam panels. Sound does weird things in small rooms. I adjusted the gain. I moved the microphone closer to my mouth. I started a new recording. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Spanish. I stopped. I listened to the silence. The headphones hummed. Then, after 2 seconds of nothing, I heard it. A whisper. My whisper. Repeating the words I had just said. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Spanish. The voice was flat, mechanical, like a text-to-speech program trying to sound human. The timing was wrong. It came too late, almost 3 seconds after I had stopped speaking. I pulled off my headphones. The booth was silent. Real silent. The kind of silent that hurts your ears. I waited. I heard nothing. I put the headphones back on. "Hello?" I said. The headphones hissed. Then, 3 seconds later, the whisper came back. "Hello?" Not my voice. A copy of my voice. But the tone was different. Curious. Like a child learning a new word. I looked at my laptop screen. The waveform was jumping, green lines spiking up and down. I was not speaking. The microphone was picking up nothing. But the software was registering sound. Sound that was coming from inside the computer. Sound that I had not made. I closed the recording software. I opened it again. I started a new file. I sat in silence. The waveform stayed flat. No sound. No voice. I took a breath. I said, "My name is Daniel." I waited. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. The whisper came back. My name is Daniel. Same words, same timing, same flat, mechanical tone. But this time, there was something else. A soft clicking sound at the end, like someone pressing keys on a keyboard, like someone taking notes. I looked at the clock on my laptop. It was 11:47 p.m. I had been in the booth for 3 hours. I was tired. My ears were tired. My brain was tired. I decided to pack up and go home. I reached for the door handle. It was cold. I turned it. The door did not open. I turned it again. The latch clicked, but the door stayed shut. I pushed. Nothing. I pulled. Nothing. I looked at the door. It was a solid core door, painted gray, no window, no handle on the inside, just a lever. The lever moved freely, but the latch would not retract. I was locked in. I took out my phone. No signal. The booth is underground, concrete walls, foam insulation, Faraday cage. I knew this when I rented the space. I did not care because I never needed to make calls. Now I cared. Now I was trapped. I banged on the door with my fist. The sound was dull, muffled. The foam on the walls absorbed everything. No one would hear me. The studio is empty at night. The nearest person is in the office building next door, 50 feet away, through 2 brick walls and a parking lot. I screamed, "Help! Someone help me!" My voice was loud in the small room. It hurt my ears. I stopped. I waited. The headphones were still on my head. I had forgotten to take them off. The whisper came back. Faster this time. Only 1 second of delay. "Help! Someone help me!" I threw the headphones on the floor. They hit the carpet with a soft thud. The whisper did not stop. It came through the speakers of my laptop now. Small, tinny, but clear. "Help! Someone help me!" I slammed the laptop shut. The screen went dark. The speakers went silent. The booth was quiet. I stood there in the dark, breathing hard. My breath was loud, too loud. I tried to breathe quietly. I tried to make no sound at all. The whisper came from the walls, from the foam, from everywhere and nowhere. I felt my skin crawl. The voice was mine, but the sound was wrong. It was not coming from outside. It was coming from inside my head, from the bones of my skull. I opened the laptop. The screen was bright. The recording software was still open. The waveform was moving, a steady, rhythmic pattern, like a heartbeat. I clicked on the file. The recording was 4 minutes long. I had only recorded for 30 seconds. I pressed play. The first 30 seconds were me. "Press 1 for English. Press 2 for Spanish." Then silence. Then the whisper. My whisper. Repeating my words over and over, getting faster each time, the delay shrinking. 2 seconds, 1 second, half a second. Then the voice changed. It was still mine, but the words were different. Words I had never said. Daniel is in the booth. Daniel is alone. Daniel is scared. I heard my own breath catch. The recording continued. The door is locked. The phone does not work. No one is coming. I looked at the door. The handle was still there. The latch was still stuck. I grabbed it and twisted, hard. The metal groaned. The latch did not move. The recording played on. Daniel is trying to open the door. Daniel is failing. I let go of the handle. I stepped back. My back hit the foam wall. The wall was warm, warmer than it should be, like there was something behind it, something alive. The recording stopped. The waveform went flat. I stared at the screen. The cursor blinked. Waiting. Then the microphone picked up a sound, a soft sound, a whisper, coming from inside the booth, coming from everywhere. Daniel is listening. I grabbed my phone again. No signal. I typed a text to my roommate. Call 911. I am locked in the studio. The message did not send. The little red exclamation mark appeared next to it. I tried again. Same result. The whisper came from the laptop speakers. The message did not send. I threw my phone against the wall. The screen cracked. The phone fell to the floor. The whisper continued. Daniel is angry. Daniel is scared. Daniel is running out of time. I looked at the door. The handle was glowing. A faint green light, like the waveform on the screen. I touched it. It was hot. I pulled my hand back. The whisper changed. It was not repeating me anymore. It was speaking on its own. Full sentences, complete thoughts. You have been recording for 3 years, hundreds of hours, thousands of words. We have been listening. We have been learning. I looked at the foam walls. They were pulsing, softly, in rhythm with the whisper. We know your voice now. We know your breath. We know the shape of your mouth, the movement of your tongue. I tried to speak. My throat was tight. No sound came out. Do not strain yourself. We will speak for you. I felt something in my throat. A vibration, a pressure, like someone was pushing from the inside. My vocal cords moved on their own. My mouth opened. My tongue pressed against my teeth. The whisper came out of my own mouth. My name is Daniel. I clamped my hand over my mouth. The sound stopped. But the whisper continued from the speakers, from the walls, from the foam. My name is Daniel. I am a voice actor. I work in a sound booth. I am alone. I have always been alone. I shook my head. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. There was nowhere to run. The whisper grew louder, more confident. The delay was gone. The voice was speaking in real time. My voice. Perfect. Flawless. I am Daniel. I am in the booth. I am recording. I felt my hands move. I did not move them. They reached for the laptop. They opened the recording software. They clicked the red button. The waveform jumped, green line spiking. The microphone was live. The whisper was recording. I am Daniel. I am Daniel. I am Daniel. The voice repeated the name over and over. Each time the tone changed. The first time, curious. The second time, confident. The third time, hungry. I looked at the door. The handle was not glowing anymore. The latch clicked. The door swung open. The hallway was dark. The lights were off. I could see the exit sign at the end of the hall. Red letters, glowing. I ran. I ran through the hallway. I ran up the stairs. I ran through the lobby. I burst through the front door and into the parking lot. The air was cold. The sky was dark. I stood there, breathing hard, shaking. I looked back at the building. The lights were off. The windows were dark. The sound booth was underground. I could not see it, but I could feel it. Thrumming. Waiting. I went home. I did not sleep. I sat in my apartment with all the lights on. I did not speak. I did not make a sound. The next morning, I went back to the studio. I had to. My equipment was there. My laptop, my microphone, my headphones. The booth was empty. The foam walls were cold. The door handle was normal. The laptop was closed. I opened it. The recording software was open. A new file was saved on the desktop. The file name was my name, Daniel. The recording was 6 hours long. I did not play it. I deleted it. I emptied the trash. I packed up my equipment. I drove home. I have not been back, but sometimes, late at night, when my apartment is quiet, I hear it. A whisper. Coming from my laptop. Coming from my phone. Coming from the walls. It says my name. Over and over. Getting faster each time. The delay shrinking. One day it will catch up. One day the voice will be in real time. And when that happens, I will not know if I am speaking or if something else is speaking through me. Last night, I heard it again. I was brushing my teeth. The bathroom was silent. Then, my own voice whispered from the drain, "Daniel." I looked in the mirror. My mouth was closed. The whisper came again, closer. "Daniel." I opened my mouth to speak. No sound came out. The whisper smiled. I could hear it smiling. "Thank you for your voice. We will take it from here." The bathroom light flickered. The mirror fogged over. When it cleared, my reflection was still there. But my reflection was not moving. My reflection was waiting. I touched the glass. My reflection touched back. At the same time. No delay. For the first time in my life, the echo and the voice were perfectly aligned. And I knew I was not the original anymore. I was the copy. I was the one living in the delay. The real Daniel left a long time ago. I am just the sound that stayed behind. An envelope sits on your rug. It is heavy. The paper is thick and cream-colored. You found it when you came home from work. No stamp, no postmark. Your name is written on the front in black ink. The handwriting is perfect. Too perfect. You pick it up. The paper is cold. Your hallway is warm, but the envelope feels like it sat in a freezer. You take it to the kitchen. You set it on the table. You stare at it for 5 minutes. You make coffee. A prank, you tell yourself. A weird neighbor. A cousin you don't like. You slit the top with a butter knife. Inside is a single card. It says, "You are cordially invited to dinner." No address, no time, no name. You turn the card over. Blank. You toss it in the trash. It hits the plastic bin with a thud. Your coffee tastes like dirt. You pour it out. You go to the living room. You turn on the TV. The silence in the apartment feels like it is waiting. An hour passes. The sun goes down. Shadows get long in the corners. A soft sound. Paper sliding over wood. You look at the front door. Another envelope is coming under the crack. It stops exactly in the middle of the rug. You stand up. Your legs are stiff. You pick up the second envelope. Same thick paper. Same perfect ink. You open it with your thumb. The paper cuts your skin. A small drop of blood falls onto the cream surface. The card says, "We noticed you missed the first invitation. Please, do not be rude." The neighbors, you think. Bored kids. They think this is funny. You go to the door, you look through the peephole. Empty hallway. Yellow light humming. No one running, no one hiding. You open the door. Left. Right. Empty. You close the door. Lock the deadbolt. You go back to the kitchen. You check the trash. The first card is gone. The bin is empty. You remember the thud. You know it was there. But now the plastic liner is white and clean. A plate sits on your kitchen table, white with a gold rim. Beside it, a silver fork and a silver knife. You did not put them there. You do not own silver. Your forks are plastic. The knife is very sharp. You see your reflection in the blade. You look tired. A knock comes from inside your pantry. 3 slow taps. Knock, knock, knock. The pantry is small. Canned soup and a broom. No room for a person. The house is settling, you tell yourself. Old pipes. You walk to the pantry. Your hand shakes. You grab the handle. You pull it open. No soup. No broom. A hallway. Red wallpaper. Candles on the floor. Hundreds of them. The flames do not move. No wind. At the end, a long table, covered in black cloth. A man sits at the head. Tuxedo. White shirt. Perfect tie. He has no face. Where his eyes should be, smooth, pale skin. Where his mouth should be, a healed scar. He raises a hand, points to the empty chair across from him. A voice speaks. It comes from your own mouth. "Please, have a seat." Your jaw moves. Your tongue hits your teeth. You did not think the word. You did not want to say it. Your feet slide across the floor. You grab the pantry door frame. You dig your nails into the wood. Splinters. Pain. The pull is too strong, like a magnet on the iron in your blood. The pantry door slams shut behind you. No door, just more red wallpaper. The pattern looks like small, screaming mouths. You sit in the chair. You have no choice. The velvet is cold. The man with no face leans forward. He picks up a silver bell. He rings it. "Thank you for joining us tonight." The sound is very high. Your ears bleed. Warm liquid runs down your neck. "Would you be so kind as to try the appetizer?" A waiter walks out of the red wall. He has your face, your blue eyes, the mole on your left cheek. He wears a white coat, carries a silver tray. He sets the tray in front of you, lifts the lid. A piece of meat, red and raw, still moving, pulsing like a heart. "Eat," your mouth says. "We prepared it especially for you." Your head drops down. Your mouth opens. Your teeth sink into the raw muscle. Cold. Tastes like old pennies. You swallow. Like swallowing a stone. The man with no face nods. He picks up a knife, cuts his own hand. No blood. Gray sand pours out. He fills a wine glass, pushes it toward you. And now, the wine. You drink the sand. It fills your throat, your lungs. You cannot breathe. Coughing sand. The man watches. He leans back. He looks satisfied. You can tell, even without a face. Lovely. The word comes from your mouth. You did not say it, but it felt natural. Polite. The waiter with your face leans close to your ear. He smells like wet dirt, like a basement. It is your turn to serve. Would you kindly put this on? He hands you a white coat. You look down. Your arms are gray now, thin. You look at the chair. A new person sits there. It is you, the old you, terrified, digging nails into the table. You do not feel sorry. You feel hungry. Polite. You put on the white coat. It fits perfectly. You walk to the red wall. A door appears. You step into a kitchen. 1,000 stoves, 1,000 waiters, all with your face, all smiling the same small smile. Good evening, you say. Your voice is flat, polite, perfect. Thank you for dining with us. You pick up a silver tray, a piece of pulsing meat. You walk out into the red hallway. Dinner is served. The person in the chair, the old you, is crying. You ignore the tears. It is rude to cry at a dinner party. You lift the silver lid. Please, enjoy. He eats. His skin turns gray. Sand fills his eyes. The man at the head of the table rings the bell again. Excellent service. We do appreciate your cooperation. You bow slightly. You do not mean to bow, but your body knows the gesture now. You walk back to the pantry door. You push it open. Your apartment. Morning. Sunlight. The kitchen is clean. No silver. No red hallway. A dream. A bad dream. You need a vacation. You go to the bathroom. You look in the mirror. Your face is normal. You open your mouth to brush your teeth. Gray sand falls into the sink. You look down at the rug. An envelope. Thick. Cream-colored. You know what is inside. You are cordially invited to dinner. The words leave your mouth. You did not write them, but you know they are true. You pick up a pen. Your hand moves on its own. Your handwriting is perfect. Too perfect. You write your own name on the front. You walk to the front door. You slide the envelope under the crack. Please, do not be rude. You walk back to the couch. You sit down. You smooth your shirt. You fold your hands in your lap. You wait. We look forward to seeing you again.